I've been using Autocad for years for architecture projects, but every time I use an existing drawing, my dimensions always come on a wrong text size. Sometimes really tiny for the text size. My line offset from the origin are way wrong, my arrows, and so on. I have to go through each setting on my dimensions, reassigning the values manually, which takes ages. Anyway, also, my changes are never ever present when I open another drawing, which I think it makes sense because my dimension style doesn't exist on this drawing. But is there a way to somehow load any drawing with my preferred dimension style already present? Yes, the lazy dim style command can help you do that. Let's see how we can do it. Hi there, my name is Irving and this is your channel, The Lazy Arquitecto. If you are new to this channel, we are all about finding and sharing ways to save time in AutoCAD. We do it, every week with a live stream around 3 p.m. on Saturdays. So, before we start with today's live stream, um, I want to say hi to you and see how are you doing today. Let me read some of your comments. Um, Let me go to the comment, and people are still connecting. That's great. We have one comment from Ahad. Let me show it on my screen. Ahad, thank you, sir, for becoming a YouTube member of this channel. That's awesome. Thank you for supporting my work here on YouTube as a YouTube member. Thank you very much. Um, so let's see, people are still connecting today. So let me see. So we're gonna read some of your comments like always. And let me see. Okay, I think if we don't have comments for now, we're gonna start today's live stream on sharing this awesome new command that I created called the lazy dim style. All right, so this is a useful command that I created for my personal use, and I want to share it with you guys because I'm sure it's gonna save you plenty of time. Um, so let's see, so people are still connecting. That's great. We have a couple of people connected. Thank you for being here today, and I hope you learned something useful today to add it to your workflow working in AutoCAD. All right. So as always, by the end of this live stream, we're gonna give you a moment to chat, to ask your questions, or talk anything AutoCAD, right? Because that's why we show each Saturday at 3 p.m. here with a live stream to again share different ways of saving time in AutoCAD. All right, we're ready to start. Okay. All right, let's create your awesome lazy dim style command. And the way we're gonna do it is first we need to create a dimension style, right? We only need one dimension style. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna open a brand new drawing. Um, go in here on the AutoCAD icon and click new drawing. So for this, I'm gonna pick the tutorial iArch template. That's for Imperial Architecture, but you can pick the one that you need, Imperial Metric, and so on. So I'm gonna open that. The reason why I'm opening this is because I need a brand new drawings to create my dimension style. So over here, I'm gonna type the dimst system variable to open my dimension style dialog box. So once I do that, you can see that I have only one standard dimension. What I'm gonna do is create a brand new. So I'm gonna click new, and then I'm gonna rename this lazy Arquitecto theme style. Again, you can rename this as you wish, but that's the name that I'm gonna give it. And for this specific example, it's not gonna be an annotative, so we don't need to check that. And I'm gonna click continue. So over here, I'm just gonna change a few things. This is a personal preference. So for the lines over here, what I'm gonna change is the color to magenta, so I can see better. That's what I like to do. The rest by block, it's fine. I like to change my extend beyond ticks to 1/8 of an inch. And then my baseline, I like to have it at 3/8 of an inch. Again, this is a personal preference. That's what works best for me. And then for the extension line color, I like to have it to show lighter. I'm gonna change it to color 9 and then click OK, like so. And finally, for my fixed length extensions, I'm gonna change it because I like to have it at 11/32 of an inch, like so. All right. So next, for my, again, we're creating a dimension style really quick before we proceed to show you our lazy dim style command. Okay. So I'm doing this very quick because this is not about creating a dimension styles, but I'm showing you still some of the settings that I use for my dimensions if you want to follow along, or you might pick your own preference, your own colors, right? That's very personal on each of you. So again, we modify some of the line properties. Now what I'm gonna do is modify some of the text properties. Over here for the text style, this is a personal preference again. I like to use Verdana. It's not showing here. So what I'm gonna do is simply for now click OK, like so, and then click close. So I'm gonna go on my drawing that I have, and the Verdana text exists on this drawing is this one over here. If you can see it on the property, in the quick property, this is a Verdana style. So what I'm gonna do is simply use Control C to copy that, and then go back and paste my Verdana text over here. And now if I open the dimst or the dimension style manager, and of course I select my lazy dim style that I'm creating and then click modify. So what happened is now that when I go to text, I will see the Verdana style. That's the one that I like to use. Again, this is a personal preference. And then for the text color, I like to have it by layer. And then for the text height, 3/32, that's correct. You could also use 1/8 of an inch, depending if you use plenty of notes on your plans or drawings. So, but 3/32 works for me. And then for the feet option, what I like to have here is change the scale for dimensions to use an overall scale of 96. And then that is based on our scale chart that we always use on this channel, which is this one over here. So again, at 3:30 seconds, um, at 3:30 seconds over here, that's the notes for the standard notes. You could also pick 1/8. So that's again a personal preference. If you have plenty of notes on your drawings, I recommend to use this. If you don't have plenty of notes, you can use 1/8, which is a little bigger. All right. So let's keep moving to quickly finish this dimension style and be able to create our awesome lazy dim style command. All right. So that's pretty much it for the primary units. Well, for the primary units, architectural works for me. Again, I work on architectural projects, but again, that's all up to you. The precision, I like to have it at 0 inches, 0 feet, 0 inches. And here I like to have it at 1 inch. I don't like, well, on the office where I work, they don't like to show half of an inch dimension, so that's why we round it to 1 inch. That depends on your office and on your personal preferences. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna click OK, and here we go. That's the lazy arquitecto dim style we quickly created and went over. So what I'm gonna do is set that current by clicking here and click close. All right, so now I can simply draw a dimension and place it like so and like that. All right, so that's our new dimension style with the lazy arquitecto dim style, as you can see it here on the quick property. And what I'm gonna do now is, in order to erase all of the other dimensions, like we can see over here, we have plenty of dimensions that we don't need. So I'm gonna copy this using Control C, and then create a brand new drawing using the Imperial Architecture template, and I'm gonna paste it over here with Control V. Okay, so now when I open the dimension style manager, you can see that we only have two dimensions. We can set our the one that we just created, set current, and then we can delete the other dimension with the delete key on my keyboard and say yes. So that's what we want. We need a drawing with only one dimension style, the one that we're gonna use to create our lazy dim style command. So I'm gonna close here, and that's pretty much what we need. At this point, I'm gonna save this drawing using the Control S shortcut on my keyboard, and then I'm gonna save this somewhere on my over here. Of course, you will save it on a folder that you can remember. I'm gonna save it here on this folder that I created called dim style. So I'm gonna save it over here. So I'm gonna rename it, of course, and I'm gonna say LA dim style, like so. Okay, so of course I already created before, but I'm gonna click save and say yes. So once I do that, I can close this app because I don't need it anymore. So I'm gonna close, and of course this drawing I don't need it again. I'm gonna simply close it and say no, because we already saved our dimension style to a drawing, and we are ready to create our lazy dim style, which is great. It's gonna save you so much time. But before that, I want to say hi to the people on the comments that are commenting. Harry Sharma or Shama, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, is on the chat. Hi, Harry. Thank you for being here today. I hope you can uh, find this new custom command that we are going to create today very useful to improve your AutoCAD workflow. So let's keep moving. And again, by the end of this live stream, we're going to give you some time to talk about AutoCAD or ask questions or, whatever you want to say about this live stream. So let's keep moving. And so to summarize, we quickly created this new dimension style that we're going to use in our command. And I went quickly because, again, this is not about creating a new dimension style, but we need a new dimension style. So I went over some of my personal preference and settings for my dimension style. So let's keep moving. And so the next step we already saved our dimension on a folder that we need to remember, of course. So the next step is create our lazy dim style command. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use the brand new command macros palette that AutoCAD introduced. So if you don't see it on your screen, I'm going to close it over here. And to open it, simply type command macros. So once you do that, you will see it over here on your screen. And I'm gonna click over here to, command macros. Where it went. Command macros. I think I somehow hided it. But let me see if I can bring it back really quick. So I'm gonna open the CUI and try to reset the location of this palette. So let me go over here under toolbar, menus. Ribbon, panels, contextual, toolbars. I don't see it here, but all right. Anyway, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna try a different method of creating the lazy dim style because somehow our command macros palette just went away, and I'm not gonna waste time resetting the location right now because we are live. Okay, so we're gonna do it the traditional way. Open the CUI and pressing enter. And at this point, there are a couple of ways to create a new command. You can click the star icon over here to create a command, or you can duplicate any of the existing commands. So I'm gonna click this star icon like so. And once I do that, I can rename my command, of course, and it's gonna be the lazy dim style command. So what's next? Of course, you can pick any icon here. I'm just gonna randomly pick this one. Again, you can pick or find the icon that you wanna use. And then what we need to do next is, of course, click apply. And then we're gonna select our new command, lazy dim style, and using the left click on our mouse, I'm gonna click and hold it and move it all the way up here on the quick property, on the quick access panel, and I'm gonna release it like so. You can see the lazy dim style is right there. so we can access it anytime. And now what we need to do is change the macro code. All right. So let's click these 3 points over here like so. And then we are going to start adding some code to create this command. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this because that's a way, to cancel any active or running command that we are using. So let's leave that, and we're gonna do and use this dash to start with the insert command. So that's the insert option that we're gonna use, and I'm gonna follow it by a semicolon that represents a enter on our keyboard. So next, what we need to do is find our Windows Explorer folder where we um, saved or stored our dimension. And the way I'm gonna do it is, of course, find it over here. I remember I saved it under I think I saved it under Dropbox. Here we go, Dropbox. And then I remember I saved it here under dim style. So once I'm here, what I'm gonna do is go over here and copy this path like so. I'm gonna copy that, and then that's the location where we previously stored our new dimension style. All right, so then I can come here and simply paste that like so, and then we're gonna do some modifications to this code. And the first things that we're gonna do is change this slash for the other slash. So I'm gonna erase that and change it for this. And I'm gonna do the same procedure with the other ones, all right? Like so. And then also for this one. And then finally for this other one. So once I have that, what I need to do is add the point and the extension DWG, because that's a drawing that we are using to somehow insert our dimension style to any drawing. So, and then of course, I'm gonna end it with a semicolon as a way to say enter on my keyboard. So at this point, what I like to do is add a C. So I'm gonna copy this, Control C, and paste it over here with Control V. And this is a way to cancel that insertion. So basically, we are inserting our dimension style that we created in a drawing with this command, but we are also canceling that insertion because we want our dimension style to be in our drawing but not really being inserted. That's why we are using the C to cancel that. And after that, I'm gonna use this underscore, and I'm gonna say, or I'm gonna use the dim style command, dim style, like so. And then I'm gonna, of course, follow it by the enter key and pick the option to restore, like so. And then what I'm gonna restore is my dimension style, which is the LA dim style. And of course, I'm gonna say enter. So that's the name, LA dim style. That's the name that um I well, now that I remember, let me double check. I don't think that's the name of my dimension style. I think I changed it to Lazy Arquitecto, right? So I'm gonna change that. So I remember I changed it to lazy arquitecto, and I say dim style, right? So that's the name of my dimension, if I remember, the one that I just created. So make sure that the name match, because if not, you'll have an error. So after that, what I like to do is um, set a dimension layer for my new dimension, right? I want AutoCAD to automatically set that for me. So the way I'm gonna do it is using the dim layer, and the dimension layer that I want to pick is the A nano themes. That's my layer. That's a personal preference. You can pick your own layer for your dimensions. And then finally, what I'm gonna do is use a system variable called dim scale, like so, and um, ended that with a semicolon that represents an enter. Okay, so that's the code that we're gonna use, and let's test it to see if we did any mistakes so we can quickly fix it. So that's the code. Make sure you are copying that and change it. So make sure make sure your dimension style name match here in your code. For instance, my dimension style is in this case lazy architecto dim style. Okay, so let's click OK. And then finally, let's click apply and let's test it, right? So let's click apply and click OK. But before we test this, we have a comment on the chat, and I like to go and read it. It's Marco Flores. Marco Flores, thank you, man, for being here today. That's awesome that you keep showing each Saturday at 3 p.m. here in a new live stream. So thank you for being here each week, Marco. Hope this new command that we are creating can help you save some time in AutoCAD. So let's keep moving and test this lazy dim style command. So, all right. So before we see that the problem that we had is that whenever we use an existing drawing or a drawing from somebody else and we wanted to add a dimension, right? We can see that our dimension will come tiny like so in a wrong layer. The baseline will be wrong, and basically everything will be wrong because it's not our dimension style. So now if we use the brand new, let's test it. Hopefully we didn't do any mistakes on the coding, but if now we can quickly fix it. So all we need to do is use our lazy dim style and simply click on it. And yes, we have an error, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it really quick. So let's go and check the error. And I think I already know what the error is. So let's open our dimension style, which is right here. So I'm gonna open my dimension style and just check the name of my dimension style. So the name is, yes, I saw the name is wrong. So the name that I have my dimension style is Lazy Arquitecto, and the score is not underscore like I put it on my code. It's the other one, you see? So dim style. So please make sure you have the name to match on your macro code, okay? So let's fix that really quick. Lazy Arquitecto dim style. So I'm gonna close this and go back to the CUI and press enter and find my command over here. Lazy dim style. So I'm gonna click these 3 points over here and then go under lazy arquitecto. You see I'm using a underscore, which is wrong. So what I'm gonna do is erase this and put lazy arquitecto, erase the underscore and use the other regular one. And then I'm gonna say dim style, and that should do it for us. Okay, so let's click OK and apply, and finally OK. So let's cross fingers now and hope that our command works. So again, if we use a dimension, we can see that it will come on the wrong size, it will come on the wrong layer, because again, this is not our dimension style. This is another dimensional style from somebody else, or who knows. So let's try our lazy dim style command. So let's click on it. Oops. Again, it's not working. Let's try to fix it really quick. Let's open this or expand this F2, and we can see blah blah blah, erase one, insert 88 dim style. And file. So the error, again, we have a second error right here. This is one of the disadvantages of doing this video live, but we are taking this risk. That's fine. We're gonna try to again fix this second error, and so that way you can learn also how to troubleshoot some of these errors when you are creating a macro command, and we are doing it here live. So okay, so the second error that we're getting is over here, says insert, and then it says dim style DWG, and it says dim style DWG cannot find the file search path. So let's check that part on our code, and let's open again the CUI for the second time, I guess, or third time. And let's type the lazy dim style command. Let's go over here and click these 3 points, and let's double check that. So insert lazy arquitecto server Dropbox dim style DWG, and yes, we can see that this is wrong, because let me open my Windows Explorer folder, and you can see that the folder is called dim style, but the file is called LA dim style, right? So that's the mistake that I'm doing, but we found it. So let's quickly fix that. So how I'm gonna fix it is, again, the file name is LA dim style. So what I'm gonna do here is add this, and then the file name again was LA dim style. Okay, so I'm gonna do here LA dim style, and then that DWG. That's correct. All right, so that was the mistake that we did before. So let's make sure that match again the folder, and just dim style, that's the folder, and then the file is LA dim style DWG, LA dim style DWG. All right, so this should work 100%. So let's click OK, apply, and then click OK. All right, so our third test, and hopefully this third time it works. So again, our dimensions will come in the run, settings, and so on. But once we click or run our lazy dim style command, um, so let's click on it, and yes, it works this time. And basically now it's asking you the dim scale factor, and of course we forgot to check that. So for that, let's go on paper space, and we need to know our viewport scale. So our viewport scale is set to 1/8. So uh, so now that we know that at 1/8, we can check uh, our scale chart, and at 1/8 we need the factor of 96 for our scale. So make sure that you remember that 96. And then, so once we know that, we can run our lazy dim style. And again, it's asking for our dim scale, and we said it's 96. From now on, once you add any dimensions as you regularly use, you can see that your dimension will come um oops is not coming on the lazy architecture dimension. I think we have another error. Let me double check that. So insert dim style, enter, restore, select dimension, lazy architecture, dim style, unknown dimension style, it says. So again, it's not recognizing the lazy architecture dim style. We have one more error again. This is the issue of doing this live, but again, don't worry. We already solved two problems or three problems, so why not solving this one too? So the problem that we're having now is that is saying that the dimension style name is not recognized. The lazy architecture dim style, unknown dimension style. So let's one more time open our dimension style over here. So let's open this drawing, and let's see. So that's our dimension style, lazy architecto dash dim style. I don't know why it's not recognizing this lazy architecto dim style. Yes. Let me open my dimsty over here. And so let me try it in a brand new drawing to see what happens. What? Oh, okay. Sorry. 96. Type a dimension. Yes. Okay. So finally, so the issue is that on this drawing, I already created before the because I was testing this. Let me go here. So the issue is that on this drawing right now, on this elevation drawing, I was testing before this command, right? And then somehow AutoCAD got confused because I already imported the Lazy Arquitecto theme style 2 times, so it's not bringing it only on this specific drawing. But so you saw that if I open another drawing, so let me do it again, let's test it. So I'm gonna open a drawing like so, the architectural arch, that's okay. I'm gonna open that template. And of course, here, if I draw a dimension, you can see that our dimension comes very, very tiny because again, our dimension style doesn't exist on this drawing. So you can see that the dimension style is standard. That's the one that is being using. But again, if we use our brand new L lazy dim style, we click on it. And of course, we need to pick our scale factor based on our viewport scale, using the chart that we provided in past tutorials, and I just show you. And again, for the dim scale, let's say I'm using my viewport 64 like so. Once I create a brand new dimension, you can see that it will come on the correct settings for my dimension because it's now using the Lazy Arquitecto dim style, or the style that you previously set, right? And the beauty of this is that it came on the correct layer, A Anno Dims. The text came in the correct size. I'm going to explode it for that using the regular explode command. And you can see that the text size is 6 inches. And then if we go and double check that with our scale factor chart, we set it to 64. And for that, we can see that our nodes is 6 inches, which match perfectly to the size of our dimension. Isn't that great? Again, let's quickly test it on another drawing. So I'm gonna go here and open, let's say, uh, I'm gonna open elevation 1, existing floor plan. Sure, I can test it here, I guess. So again, if I draw a dimension on this drawing, you can see that my dimension comes weirdly because on this specific drawing, I'm using a property dim style with different sizes and so on, but it doesn't matter because now that I have my brand new lazy dim style, I can simply click that and set my viewport scale, let's say to 96. And then once I draw my new dimension, you can see that it comes perfectly because this is the dimension style that it's the one that I use. Awesome, right? Okay, so hopefully this brand new command can help you save some time in Autocad. And if you have questions about this brand new command, the lazy dim style command, you can put it in the chat now, or in the future put it under this video and I can quickly help you. But you saw that it works on any drawing, and it will save you definitely some time, because now on any drawing that you use, it can be a drawing that you receive from your client, a brand new drawing, you can simply set your favorite dimension style quickly with a single click. All right, so let's see what people think about this brand new command on the chat. So we have a couple of comments. I think Harry is saying hi. Hi, Harry. Marco Flores, good afternoon. Marco, thank you for being here today again. Xiomara Araujo, she's saying 100%. Thank you, Xiomara, for being here today with us. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. we show up here live again to share with you a new tool or command, like today with the lazy dim style command. We show you also dynamic blocks sometimes, um, quick tips and tricks, basically anything that I use on the architecture office where I work and that I can share with you and that can save you some time. So I will be sharing those. So if you are interested, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I released one of these new tools. So we have another comment on the chat, and it's Mary Miriam. Uh, she said, just came in. Sorry, lost the new command. Mary, don't worry because I'm gonna upload this video of this new lazy dim style command later, maybe, I don't know, any of these days when I have a chance. So, but hopefully you won't miss our next live stream, which is next week on Saturday at 3 p.m. Pennsylvania, United States time. So, because I know some of your folks are all over the world, so that's the time here that I am. Thank you, Mary, for being here. I saw you last week too, I guess. So that's awesome that you're coming again each week. Mary, Miriam, say thanks. Yeah, Mary, no problem. Thank you for being here. So again, before we wrap up this live stream, if you have any more comments or even suggestions for future videos or ideas for new lazy commands, then this is your time to let me know in the comments, or also by the end of this live stream you can put it under the comments. Yeah, because I always listening to you guys, to your suggestions or ideas that you might have. um, Mary also says, I am in Cyprus, time lapse. Uh, I don't know exactly where is Cyprus, but I might research it after this live stream. Mary, sorry about that. Yeah, thank you guys for being here today. That's awesome that you stayed with me this long. We had a couple of errors creating this command, but we troubleshoot them and we fix them to finally be able to use our brand new lazy dim style command. So yeah, so that's the beauty or the complexity of doing all of this live, right? That you can get into situations um, that you face problems or errors. But again, I'm happy that this live stream ended up well because we fixed those errors, those macro codes errors that we were having. I think we had like 3 errors on, and we fixed them. And finally, you saw that this command worked, and hopefully it can save you some time. And Miriam said in the Mediterranean. Oh, okay, Mary. Thank you for for sharing that, for letting me know where is Cyprus on the Mediterranean. Nice. All right, guys. I guess that's all for today's live stream. If you don't have any other question for today, anything basically about AutoCAD. Oh, Mary is asking, where are you? Like I mentioned before, Mary, I am right now in Pennsylvania. That's the state in the United States. So that's the time that if you want to match my time for my next live stream, which I do my live streams around 3 p.m. That's again Pennsylvania, the United States time. So yeah, so that's where I am, and Mary. Thank you for asking, and thank you for keep this live stream interactive, because that's more fun, right, than just me talking myself or sharing this tutorial and then by myself, kind of. You know what I mean? So I like that you guys create that interaction so I can answer your questions, and that's more fun. Makes me feel, better, happier. So thank you, Mary, for always being active on our live streams. Mary says we still have 5 people connected, which is great. Um, that you show up today for this brand new custom lazy command. If you don't know about the lazy commands, there are basically custom macro commands that we create on the channel. I think we created probably like 20 or more of these, probably like 30 lazy commands. So, oh, before I forgot, um, since Ahat has become a new member, Ahat, thank you for becoming a member on YouTube, for supporting my work. If you don't know Ahat, um, I have this thing for my members where they can simply copy any code for lazy commands that I do. So let me show you really quick how you can do that. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Ahat. So from now on, you can go on my channel and go to the membership options, and you can simply find the lazy commands over here. For example, this automatic numbering, you can simply copy this like so, and once you copy, you can simply go to AutoCAD and paste it, and so you don't have to follow and waste time trying to type each command. Okay, so again, Ahmad, thank you for supporting my work as a new member, and this command also is gonna be, I'm gonna put it there so you can quickly copy and paste. Thank you, Ahmad. I think we have another comment on the chat. Mary, okay, Mary, thumbs up. We have Xiomara Araujo. Xiomara Araujo is sending a heart. Thank you, Xiomara, for being here. I think you are. I don't remember if you are if you support my work on YouTube, but I might be wrong. Xiomara Araujo, thanks. Lazy. I mean, that's my channel name, Lazy Arquitecto. And I put it because it sounds funny, sounds catchy, and because I'm always finding ways to save time or simplify your life in AutoCAD. So that's why I picked the Lazy Arquitecto channel name, Xiomara. Oh, this has been a long live stream, but I'm very happy that you could get this brand new command, the lazy dim style. And so if you guys don't have any more questions, as always, thanks to these friends who support my work, you can keep saving time in AutoCAD. Just click the video on your screen, and I see you on this next lesson.